Hollywood studios, this is what happens when you listen to the fans, when you listen to the criticism, to the advice that we give you about how to make your movie better. Because now Sonic the Hedgehog is set to have a pretty good opening weekend, much better than I was expecting, and I think a lot of this has to do with the fact that the studios actually listened to the fans. The director listened to the fans. And this is fantastic because, as we all know, when Sonic the Hedgehog, the first trailer came out, he looked like an absolute nightmare, and everyone was very scared to go to sleep that night after they saw that trailer. And the director heard the voices of the fans, and he respected the fans. I know that's crazy to hear about a director from Hollywood respecting the fans, but it happened. And because of that, they went back to the drawing board and they reconstructed Sonic, and now he looks fantastic. And they garnered the respect of the fans because of that. And I think this movie is set up to have a much better weekend because of that. Pretty much everyone that I talked to knows about this entire thing. Even just general audience members knows about the whole thing where they redesigned Sonic. And every single person that I've talked to about this said that they're going to go see this movie simply just for that. Simply because someone from Hollywood actually listened to the fans, and people appreciate that. So Sonic the Hedgehog's opening weekend box office projections speed upward. Sonic the Hedgehog's opening box office tracking for opening weekend continues to tick upward. The latest prediction from box office tracking website Box Office Pro sees Sonic the Hedgehog now opening with a 36 million opening weekend, which is better than I was expecting, to be honest. However, they do indicate it could fall anywhere between 33 million and 38 million. And I think it might actually be higher than this. I think by the end of the weekend, we might see this movie tracking towards maybe even like 40 million. I think it's possible. Back at the end of January, Box Office Pro predicted the film would earn between 30 million and 35 million, with them specifically homing in on 33 million. In less than a month, the film's predicted domestic opening weekend has increased close to 10%, and the film hasn't just been trending upwards in the past month. It's been trending upward since Box Office Pro made their initial projection back in December. At the time, they predicted the film would earn between 20 million and 30 million, with a specific estimate of 26 million. So it's definitely been going up since then. And also, I believe that the critics have given it a pretty positive reception as well, for the most part. And I think the audiences are going to have a pretty positive experience when they see this film as well. So that's obviously going to be helping with the word of mouth and all of that type of stuff as well. Sonic the Hedgehog arrives in theaters on February 14th. That is this weekend. So, you know, if you are someone that wants to have Hollywood actually listen to criticisms and advice from the fans, then I would like to ask you to go support this movie this weekend and go check out this movie. You know, it's coming out on, you know, Valentine's Day, and so maybe you and your significant other can go see this movie, or you can just bring the whole family, because it is a family movie. Now there's a lot of people that are from the Birds of Prey crowd that are trying to tear down this movie right now, and the reason that they are doing that is because they are very terrified of this movie. They are terrified that Sonic is going to stifle the second weekend for Birds of Prey, which I think is highly likely. I think that they realize that this movie is a threat, and that is fantastic, because the people that are trying to tear down Sonic right now are SJW freaks, and whenever SJW freaks are upset, it is usually a good thing. So, you know, go check out Sonic the Hedgehog this weekend, because as we all know, many of us have been wanting studios like Lucasfilm to be listening to the fans more recently, and they just haven't been. They don't care about what the fans actually want. Here we have a perfect example of a director in a studio that actually listened to the fans and gave them what they wanted: a better Sonic. Now, I'm not saying that this means that the movie's going to be amazing or anything. This obviously doesn't really change anything about the writing of the movie or anything like that. But the fact that they actually listened to the fans when it came to the design of Sonic, and they went back to the drawing board after they released the first trailer and redesigned the character, is absolutely fantastic. And, you know, we should we should support them because of that, and we should show them that we appreciate what they did with that. So, with that being said, I'm very excited to be seeing Sonic this weekend. I will absolutely be going to see it this weekend, and I hope that the film does even better than the expectations have it at this point, which would be a pretty great contrast to Birds of Prey, which fell quite below expectations in its opening weekend. So, that will be pretty awesome to see as well, and this movie might even end up making more in its opening weekend than Sonic, which would be, or than Birds of Prey, which would be absolutely fantastic. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Also, go check out my channel, my personal channel as well, Josiah Rises. I would greatly appreciate that, and subscribe over there. And with that being said, I'll talk to you all very soon in another video. Talk to you later. Bye.